everybody, so glad you could join me. Today we'll be assembling a shelf for the kitchen. Hello fellow mushroom people and welcome to this video in a different location. Let me explain. So I'm not assembling any shelves today because I've already assembled all of them. We got some new kitchen furniture and that means we got rid of all the old kitchen furniture, including our chairs, which I, until this day, used to put my tripod on because they had a great height when it came to filming. But now those chairs are gone and the new ones won't hold my tripod because those spindly leg thingies are too short, and I just wasn't in the mood to figure out what else to do, so I just used our table and that's why I'm here today. I hope the refrigerator is not too annoying, but yeah. So today I want to talk about the books that I want to finish in August. So I know it's already August the 6th, I think. Let me check. Yes. So I've already finished 2 books, but there's still some other books that I want to finish. I'll probably read some other books as well, but those are the ones that I want to get through, no matter what. So the first book that I've already started and I want to finish in August is the Starless C by Erin Morgenstern. This is our August pick for the Dragon's Library Book Club, and I already read the first part of the book and I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but I think it's about this Stylus C, which is about stories and stuff. It's so far it's been kind of vague and kind of mystical, and I really like that about this book. So I'm very curious to see where it goes. So basically it's about a guy named Zachary who stumbles upon a book called, I assume the English title is Sweet Pain. The German title is Süßes Leid, I think. Anyways, so he stumbles upon this book and there's a short story in the book where the character, so it's something that he experienced when he was younger, and so he's intrigued because if you found yourself in a book you would be intrigued as well. And so he researches and stumbles upon some mystical, magical things. But yeah, like I said, so far I'm enjoying this book. I want to see where it goes. I'm very curious to find out how all those things that have been presented to me until this point fit together in the greater scheme of things. And yeah, so if you want to join us on the discussion of this book, you can always join our book club. The link is down below. And yeah, you can read this nice little book with us. So for the month of August, I also joined the Avatar Readathon. So that's Avatar The Last Airbender, not Avatar the Pandora Blue thingies. I joined the Firebending Nation because I thought that the prompts were the most interesting. I already read one book that was the Sun or Fire in the title book. So there's only 3 left to go. The first one is a book with a red cover, and for that I picked Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. So this is the German edition, and I picked it because it has a red cover and I always wanted to like it, read it. I also want to like it. Oh man, my brain's not working today. So as you can see, it's not that long and I'm already almost halfway through. So this book is about a young woman called, she has a name, probably, yeah, I don't know. It's about a young woman who works at a convenience store, and so the convenience store is kind of her whole world, and she's very obsessed with this convenience store because that's the place where she feels like she can be who she really is, but then nah, not really. So it's the place where she she feels the most comfortable in her life. And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting study of a person who doesn't really fit in with society in general and who ends up in a very kind of unusual place. So I'm really liking this book. It's not that long, like I said, and I think I'll be done with it soon. But it's definitely worth checking out. I hope I don't change my mind till the end, but so far I'm really liking it. So the next prompt for the readathon is a book with dragons, and for that I picked Fire with Fire by Destiny Soria. I think this book is about two sisters who maybe end up in different factions or on opposite sides of a conflict. I'm not really sure, and I don't really want to find out. So because this one I haven't started yet, so this is quite fresh. But I really like the cover. It's not a day without me talking about covers. Yeah, I just look forward to this book. I think I've read another book by this author. I didn't really like it that much. It was okay. I thought it was okay, but I hope this one will be more to my liking. So the final book I want to read for the readathon is a book with a war or aggressor plot, and for that one I chose Gearbreakers by Zoe, Hana, Mikuta. So this one's about giant robots. I've already read 100 pages, yes, and it's also about sapphic love and romance, and who could say no to that? So basically the story is about a city called Godolia, and they have giant robots, and with those giant robots they kill everyone who opposes them. And then there's those Gearbreakers who basically kill those giant robots. So the story is about one Gearbreaker and one robot pilot, as they probably discover the love for each other. So far it's been quite interesting, yes, but I'm not that sold yet. So I think the part which I have read is basically the beginning and the introduction to the world, and so far I'm not 100% sure how much I will like this book, but I'm definitely interested to see where it goes, and I hope that it can convince me in the going on in the long run till the end. Yeah. So that's all the books I want to read for the Avatar readathon. The next book is a buddy read with Ariel from Reading and Whatnot. So this one is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. This is a graphic novel about this girl right here, and I think she wants to join a supervillain as a sidekick, and it's super adorable. So the illustrations are really cute, and I think that I will very much like this book. I think I started reading this once before, but I never really got that far. But yeah, I think it's going to entertain me, and I think it's going to be a very good book. It's just a good story. I hope. I think. I guess. I assume. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this book. So the next one is a book that I have been trying to read for a long time. I've already started this book back in July, and I'm still reading it, and that is The Address Book by Deirdre Mask. So I planned on reading this for my vlog when I was on vacation for a few days, but I didn't, so I still haven't read this. I have started reading this, however, and I'm making progress, and my goal is to finish it in August, and I'm positive, I'm optimistic that I will be able to do it. So basically this book is about dresses and how they came to be and what they mean to us, and all those things. It's a non-fiction book, so there's no story, but it's very interesting so far because it's not only about, oh, this is a street, it has a name, it has a number, but it's also about the significance of those street names and numbers and stuff like that. So there's one part in the story where they talk about, I think it's cholera in London, so the epidemic that happened there, and how one doctor tried to find out how the illness spread in this quarter where it happened. And that's very, very interesting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading the rest of this book, and I will do so in August. So the final book I want to read is the second book in a series, which I have set to myself as a goal for the second half of 2021. Read more sequels. It hasn't really worked out that well so far, but with this one I'm positive, and that's Arm of the Sphinx by Josiah Bancroft. This is the second book in the Books of Babel series, and I'm already 120 pages in, and so far it's really, really good. I liked the first book. I didn't think it was... I think it was a great setting, a great world. I wasn't in love with the characters, or mainly the main character, Thomas Sandlin, because I thought he was a bit plain. And in this book we got more characters who are sticking around, and I really like that. So this book is already a bit higher on my appreciation scale, it's not scala, right? But I wanted to see more of the tower, I wanted to see more of the world, more world building going on, and I hope I'll get that in this book. So, like I said, I'm 120 pages in, and it's been a wild ride so far. It's continuing the story right where we left it in the first book, and I think I will have a good time with the rest of it. So that's all the books that I want to read in August, or finish in August. There were probably some other books that I want to finish. For example, I'm also reading Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I think I'm almost halfway through this book. Then I started reading Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan, I think. That one I DNF'd once. And then I was like, oh, I want to read some very classic fantasy. I don't know why, I was just in the mood for it. So when I picked it up the first time, it totally wasn't for me, and I put it down after 100 pages or something. But when I picked it up again yesterday, I was really intrigued, and I was like, why did I put it down? It's super good. It's just kind of weird. So I'm just looking forward to reading. I'm totally in the reading mood right now, and I want to read all the books. I just don't have time to read all the books, and that's sad. And with that, I want to leave you. So make sure to comment and like and subscribe and all that stuff, and see you again in the next video.